It feels like every new anime nowadays needs to have some sort of trope attached to it, whether it's isekai with smartphones, romance anime where the love interest can barely speak, or even shows where the main character turns into a dog.
Unfortunately, most of these animes aren't exactly, that good. Especially that dog one. That dog one was bloody awful. But then every now and again, there's like one anime that comes along that uses this particular, setup and then somehow makes it better and actually it kind of works. This anime is called Alya-san Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. So in anime, we follow Masachika Kuze, who attends this very prestigious high school in Japan and quite frankly, couldn't care about it because he'd rather just sleep through class and then stay up all night playing video games and talking about anime, which to be fair, pretty much what I did in school. And then on the other hand, we have Alisa Mikhailovna Kujo, or just Alya, and she's basically the polar opposite. She actually goes to sleep, unlike, me, and then she's actually, hardworking in school and actually tries her best at school. And then she also hates Kuze for not really putting in any effort. And there's the funny thing of, oh my god, she likes him, but she won't admit it to him, and then he likes her, but he won't admit it to her because they're both so prideful or something like that. It's basically just lovers' war again. This time, the main character teases them by speaking in Russian, which, oh my god, this trope is amazing. But you see, there's actually one more twist. Kuze knows how to speak Russian and can understand literally everything she is saying to him. Clearly, Alya doesn't know that Kuze made Tachanka and Glass in Siege.
You see, the real reason why Kuze knows how to actually speak Russian is that many years ago there was this girl at a park who could only speak Russian, and for some reason he just learned how to speak Russian so he could communicate with her. But then one day she kind of just disappeared, and since that day he's never actually used Russian until meeting Alya.
Now, throughout the anime, there is, the typical anime rom-com BS, like, the teasing and, putting the two characters in situations together, them hating each other as well for a little bit, and, all of the fun little stuff in life. There is also one other factor to this anime, which I think makes it, like, a bajillion times better. It's the character called Yuki. Now, despite this anime being about Masachika and Alya, I personally think that Yuki stole the fucking show. Because, oh my god, every scene that she's in, she knows how to assert power like the United States Navy. She can just assert dominance anywhere and anywhere she is in. But any scene, she just fucking rocks it. Whether that be the ones where she's just, saying the most out-of-nonsense, brain-rot bullshit that can ever happen, or casually just torturing Alya to making her eat super-duper spicy food, and, doing whatever the hell she does. And then, whatever the hell this is. So one other great thing about this show is not only just the dialogue from Yuki and then the random rom-com stuff. One great aspect that I think doesn't really get talked about much is actually the drama side of this anime, because there is some amazing drama. So quickly, just spoilers ahead, so yeah, that's pretty much the rest of this fucking video. So go watch the anime, come back and watch this video.
Alya is going to run for student council president with Masachika as a VP. But there's a problem. There's this character called Sayaka Taniyama who gets introduced, and she suspects that Alya quote-unquote stole Masachika from Yuki, which is very much not what happened. So she challenges her to something called Student Congress, which if it's anything like American Congress, it will just get bypassed by an orange signing an executive order. Sayaka wants to introduce student-teacher screening for the candidates. Yeah, and also Sayaka just isn't very much a fan of Masachika and Alya, and even uses some dirty tactics during the debate to try and crack Alya under pressure. Like spreading rumours about her, which does actually work, and she does crack under the pressure. But then Masachika comes in, pulls a clutch move, and pretty much saves the debate and wins.
The whole arc basically just kept me on the edge throughout this entire, thing. Especially when they got to the debate bit. That part, or at least I think it was debate, or the pitches or something like that, that was just some really fucking good script writing. And just overall, that scene just kept me on the edge of my seat. It was figurative, quite literally like watching a rap battle happen.
This is my area, and I'm afraid to fuck you because your ass is full of bacteria.
Hey there guys, before we get on to the rest of the video, I just want to let you know that we're actually closing in on 2,000 subscribers this year. So if we reach 2,000 subscribers, I will find another extremely degenerate anime to review on this channel. So yeah, Please help us get to 2,000 subscribers, and also just check out in the description and the top comment, which I'll pin all my social medias, including my Redbubble store and also the Ko-Fi where you guys can support the channel. Anyways, thank you very much, and then anyways, back to the video. Another great thing about the anime is actually the English dub, and I think maybe also the other language, but I haven't watched them, so we'll talk about the English dub. I know I've been yapping on about how Yuki literally exists and makes some of the funniest lines in this anime.
Didn't expect the incest is wincest angle.
But I can't lie, the whole dub cast is just really good. Like recently on the Generic Anime podcast, we actually brought up the subject of anime dubs and how bad they are, because they sound way too like English voice actors trying to sound way too like Japanese and over the top, when really like a lot of these characters in this anime don't do that. I mean, they do a little bit, but they add it for like the taste, the anime-esque sort of like screams and, you know, sort of mannerisms, and also when Alya and Masachika talking to each other, they do sort of play up their voices in like jokey manners, but they don't go over the top where it sounds like you're watching My Hero Academia or insert shitty English dub anime here.
When he died, I was so sad that I would never hear that voice again. His laugh.
And unlike Shikamori's Not Such a Cutie, all the characters each have a unique personality and they feel like real people. They all have emotions and they can actually somewhat display them well enough in the anime to make you believe that they're almost real people. But then you realize you're literally watching an anime and they're all drawings at some point. So yeah, they feel real enough with the voices and the emotions displayed on the screen. Damn, I'm really good at this stuff. Now guys, I can't lie. This is one of the best romance animes I've watched in a while, because I simply just haven't watched a lot of romance animes in a while. But out of the romance animes I watched, this is definitely a really fucking good one, so I'd highly recommend you watch it. And also with season 2 coming out at some point in the future, get on it now. This show quite literally had a little bit of everything in it, whether that be from the drama, the romantic side, the comedy side, Yuki, everything was just perfect. Nothing felt oversaturated or overdone, unlike in Shikamori's Not Just a Cutie. And it was definitely a very good show to watch. In my personal opinion, definitely a 10 out of 10. I love this show, every single second of it, and all the characters and all the brain rot was just really, really funny. And if you enjoy the topic of romance, yeah, what about how much I hate one of them in particular, check out this video here where I'm talking about the anime Shikamori is Not Just a Cutie. Anyways, thank you very much for watching.